welcome back to the Bettor Hour. And as you're getting in on all the action, a reminder to do so responsibly. Visit haveagameplan.org for more information. All right, we're welcoming back in Minty Betts all the way in Vegas, and we're going to talk some hockey. Rangers, Lightning. This was an eventful weekend. Games 2 and 3. Rangers got out to the 2-0 lead. And yesterday, in the final minutes, they gave it up. And now we have ourselves a strong series. Games 2-1, getting into Game 4. What are some of the things that y'all have seen from a betting perspective that have been trending upward or something that you may not want to sprinkle on?
Well, I've been on the Rangers all playoffs, so I'm loving right now that we're still getting some value. I know we're going to talk about that later.
Yep.
On how these lines have moved. But, I mean, I'm just loving what we're seeing out of this team, and I'm capitalizing on it financially. Even yesterday, I had them plus 1.5, and they covered on the puck line, went under 5.5, so I got lucky on that.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the way they're playing. They're aggressive. They're, you can see the confidence building each game. Now they're looking like that championship team that we all hoped that they were in the beginning of the year. And that's what happens when you continue to win and have that confidence. Unfortunately, they let one go yesterday, but they got out to a 2-0 lead. They have to be kicking themselves right now in the locker room saying, look at what we could have done if we would have only done ABC. You know what I mean? And those are the things that you can fix. I think there's a lot of things that they could fix moving forward in this series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's something to be said about the fact that there were no goals that weren't on a power play. So it was a lot of really bad penalties. They were up 2-0 for a really long time. And then they started getting those bad penalties. And then the power plays started happening. And then, all of a sudden they were playing catch up. So I agree with you. There's a lot of things that they can fix. But I do think that the Rangers are playing better than the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, it's one thing that's been cashing in for me has been Mika anytime goal.
God.
It feels like he is automatic. Put him in a parlay, straight bet. If there's a power play that happens that the Rangers are on, he's scoring. It's like video game status with him right now. Minty, what are some of the things you're seeing from the betting perspective in Rangers Lightning through 3?
Well, I'm typically like an overs better, but I'm really seeing this trending to the under here. I mean, the totals have been set at 5.5, and the last 2 games have gone under. So I think I have to go against my betting religion and bet on the under in this particular series. But man, this series is giving me life. As a Rangers fan, we hope to win, but we do brace for losses as well, especially being in such a tough conference. And when the Rangers win, people always say it's luck and they can't repeat. But New York has been so underestimated and undervalued. I mean, the bettors, the books, they're finally catching up, and New York is no longer a big underdog. And I love the fact that they're the second favorite to win the Stanley Cup. It just gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, if we would have told you that it was going to be the second favorite at the beginning of the playoffs, would you have believed it, right?
No, and it's amazing, kind of to her point and your point as well, to see the odd shifts. In the beginning, they were plus 250 to win the series, plus 400, and now they're minus 140. And Tampa Bay, the 2-time defending champions, they're at plus 120. So even though I think we're all in agreement that definitely the Rangers are, not definitely, but I think the Rangers are definitely going to, I think the Rangers are winning this. I really think the Rangers are winning this.
Conviction!
However, there is some value now on Tampa if you think that they are going to win, because the Rangers are not so great on the road. They're only 2-6 on the road in the playoffs this season, and they are being outshot at a kind of alarming rate for the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's 36-28 away from home in the playoffs. The Rangers are getting outshot. Shesterkin has been absolutely amazing. I, again, still think it's going to be the Rangers, but 2-time champions at plus 120, it's not a bad bet.
Yeah, I think that before we go to the next one of the important things, and I heard a lot of the commentators talk about it, was not looking for perfect scoring, just scoring. Because at this point, if you're getting outshot by like 12 plus, 15 plus, throw something at the net and see what happens. I've seen more tip-ins and flukes happen than at any time I've been watching the playoffs. So they may have to put Vasilevsky under pressure, because Igor can't be a wall forever. You got to give him some type of help. So Minty, let me go back to you. Let's talk about Avs and Oilers. 1, do the Oilers have a chance to extend this series? And 2, if you have bettors asking, all right, this looks kind of lopsided, what should I bet on? What would you say?
Yeah, you know what? I'm really, really having a difficult time with this particular matchup because at first I didn't think that Colorado was that well tested against powerful offenses like the Oilers, and I was so wrong because now they're on the verge of sweeping the Oilers. So this is win or go home for Edmonton here. But the line is so suspicious. Like Colorado is just a small favorite here in Edmonton, so it makes me think the Oilers do have a chance to win one tonight, but I really see no other way in betting this game or this series other than Colorado. I mean, Colorado is such a balanced team. They're due for, a win to make it all the way to the Stanley Cup. So I don't see any other way other than betting on Colorado in this one.
It's funny. That's the only safe bet is the Avalanche on the money line. Over or unders too has been kind of shaky.
So juiced.
Yeah.
So it's like, to Minty's point, to me, it's kind of like a stay away game because all the things that I think are going to happen are highly juiced.
Yeah, to beat a team 4 times in a row, too. I mean, Edmonton's offense is humming, typically. But the last 2, I mean, it's 8-2 and outscoring them. So, I mean, that's...
Yeah, I think Vegas is looking at, the fact that the Oilers, you look at the Oilers, McDavid and Draisaitl haven't been scoring at the rate they were all season long, all playoffs long, and it's just a matter of time before they get things clicking. I think maybe you end up with a gentleman's sweep, but ultimately the Avs are going to definitely come out on top.
Yeah.
Right. We thought it was going to be video game numbers after the first game.
Oh, man.
We've kind of regressed back to the mean. I mean, for me at this point, I don't even know if I could touch the over-unders as much as the anytime goal scorers, like looking a lot at that. And like I said, I have some ideas on who I like in the series, and we'll get to it a little bit later. But I do think those are, other than Avalanche money line, and I know you're going to have some stuff about that later on too. But I'm with y'all at this point. It's wishing on a prayer and hoping that it gets extended to 5 so that we have more to bet on. You know what I mean? So that does it with our Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals talk in the NHL. Bet well, bet responsibly, bet at your own risk, and hopefully we'll figure out which one of our bets are going to make the cut. And when we come back, it's what happened in Vegas on the Bettor Out.